Welcome and thank you for joining me for this Taurus full moon lunar eclipse video. And I'm calling this chart Unexpected Chaos. And that's because Eris and Uranus are the two planets that are in the most harmonious energies in this chart. And both of them are associated with chaos. Eris is at 25 degrees of Aries, which breaks down to 7, which is the number for spiritual illumination. And Uranus is at 21 degrees of Taurus, which breaks down to 3, which is growth. So even though we are going through chaotic and difficult times, we are growing and spiritual illumination is happening. This full moon is going to wake up a lot of people. There's going to be something about this chaos, this disruption that's happening, both in the Aries, which is the sign of initiation of a fresh start, and in Taurus, which is the sign of financial. These disruptions are waking people up, and it is going to lead to greater illumination later on. Now, this is a balanced chart. There are 8 oppositions in total, which is difficult energy, but there are enough positive aspects to offset them. So this chart is more harmonious than the last chart with our solar eclipse. This one isn't as much of a doozy, but there are some difficult energies. And the most difficult of the energies is Mercury and Mars here in Scorpio conjunct. Now, Mercury and Mars conjunction basically means our mind and our willpower are on the same page. They are working together in unison here. And they are both opposing the moon, which is at 5 degrees of Taurus. And 5 is the number for change. So this full moon is going to bring change. And it's going to be unexpected, chaotic change, whether we like it or not. And that's kind of the whole cycle of this moon cycle that started with our solar eclipse, because Gawacha is our oracle card for this moon cycle. And Gawacha basically means gotcha. So with gotcha, it's basically we're going to expect the unexpected this entire moon cycle. But this particular full moon brings a lot of unexpected chaos as well. So this is not a time to expect anything. This is not a time to make predictions. Anything that you expect to happen is not going to happen. It's going to be the complete and total opposite of what you expect. Now, with Mercury and Mars opposed the moon, which is the subconscious, it's basically like our willpower and mind are out of tune with the subconscious. I call the subconscious our telephone to the divine. So without this connection, it's like our willpower and mind in Scorpio are going into really dark territory while disregarding our souls. And with the sun also in Scorpio, opposed the moon, we will either rise like the phoenix during this deconstructive time or sting like a scorpion. Now, Eris conjunct the North Node here. I wanted to explain a little bit. She is the goddess of chaos and strife, and she caused the first war, the Trojan War, because she wasn't invited to a wedding. The underdog, the people who have been forgotten or left out, are going to receive all the attention and sympathy right now. Eris will be conjunct the North Node exactly on November 27th, and it won't move off of the North Node until mid-December. So we have this energy of strife, chaos, and war on the North Node. And the North Node represents our future, where we're going. Well, this is going to stay there until mid-December. So this is a very lasting energy. This war energy, this chaotic energy is going to last through mid-December. Then there's going to be a shift in the energy. Now Saturn is sextile the moon and the sun, or trine the sun. And so here we have Saturn negotiating and actively monitoring these oppositions. This is a very positive aspect. Now, Uranus is strong in this chart because it has the most harmonious energy. Uranus is sextile Neptune and in a supportive trine to Mars. So Uranus has that Martian energy, that war energy. And again, we have this war energy opposing the moon, which is our subconscious as well. And so with the trine to Neptune, it's not a surprise that this chaos and this Martian war's energy are really what's on the collective consciousness. Neptune represents the collective consciousness. So we also have Pluto in a supportive trine to Neptune, while trining Uranus and square the sun and the moon. So what we have here is we have Pluto, or endings and death, in a square with the sun and moon. So basically in a tense aspect to the sun and moon. And it's also in a positive aspect, sextile to Neptune. So again, we have this energy of death being very prominent in the collective narrative right now. And that's going to last some time, because this sextile to Neptune lasts, I believe, the rest of this year. Now, with Neptune, which is emphasized by the harmonious aspects with Uranus and Pluto, we have a Venus opposition. And so our hearts are really against this collective narrative of war and chaos this full moon. Black Moon Lilith is in a supportive sextile to the sun and moon while opposing Saturn. Thanks to our fears, we are amplifying everything and not looking for the diplomatic solution. Now, as I said, it's not surprising that we're going to have surprises, given that our oracle card is Galacha. But for the oracle stone, I pulled Orthocera stone. And this is an ancient fossil, and it brings ancient knowledge and wisdom with us. And so this is a time to really connect with our ancient wisdom and knowledge. And I think our ancient wisdom and knowledge teaches us that war is not the answer. And I think that the majority of people on the planet right now are against war and against going to war for any reason. And so there are some that are thirsty for war and thirsty for death, and they're very obvious and promoting that. But the majority of people on the planet right now are not supportive of it. So I think if there is a World War III that happens, then a lot of people are going to be against it, are going to fight against it, much like in the Vietnam War. This is not going to be a popular war if it does happen. But because we have such chaos here, and we have gotcha, it's very possible that there won't be any war, that there will be a scaling back of things, that perhaps we will pull back from this precipice and actually stop things instead of going forward with them. One of the good things is that, luckily, it's an election year. An election year does really influence things. So expect the unexpected with this full moon. If you think that you know what's going to happen, it probably won't happen. There's a lot of chaotic energy. Be careful on the roads and driving, because people are going to be in that chaotic mindset. And this is going to last about the next 2 weeks. So expect the unexpected. Don't expect things to go to plan. Have a backup plan for your backup plans, because that's the times that we are in right now with this full moon. Rely on your knowledge of the past to really focus on the future and help you navigate during these times. Bye for now.